Alright, welcome back. My computer just crashed and fully restarted, so I guess we'll find out where it last saved. Hopefully we didn't lose too much. Oh, we haven't even met them yet. Oh well, fine.
What? Well, honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Yep.
I'll get the coffee, bro.
Oh, my God.
Not that we're not thrilled. Is everything?
Yeah, waiting for Constellation.
Constellation?
My child is a... Didn't I always say...
We'll just skip through a lot of this
what I read about in the
since we already
news.
went through it.
Years ago, there was a stretch... I must say, glad to know there's still...
We'll see how it plays out.
In life, you need to... Because you don't... Oh, but you didn't give... And your room...
Easy, honey. Why don't you settle in?
All right. I don't think they gave quests or anything, so I think I'm just gonna carry on. We finished that mission of talking to them. So, yeah. Bit disappointed that it crashed there, but it's fine. Okay. So now it's randomly thrown us back on the coffee quest. I don't think is terribly important. Yeah. Rather than that one, which doesn't actually point us anywhere, let's instead go to... we were collecting all of the tree things. Which I don't see that quest anymore. Ah. They moved it from activity to MISC. Cool. And there isn't anything else here, correct? Correct. Commercial district. Goodbye, Sarah Morgan. Guess we left her behind. Where are you running off to? Hey, Terra Brew. Hopefully they have that cappuccino I needed. Oh, I guess I am wearing a spacesuit.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through settled systems. They like to set up shop in old facilities, places abandoned in the colony core. That way they can strike anywhere.
Cool.
As you can see, traffic is good.
Thanks. Hello and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve you?
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite.
Wow. That sounds like you have been working here for too long.
Certainly. Please take your time.
Espresso, that's what we were... No, cappuccino is what we were wanting.
I need to report back, but this is very encouraging. Every time I've come here, there's a line for coffee.
Enjoy Terra Brew.
Wow, you are Terra Brew executives just standing around watching how many people buy coffee. Wow. Alright, this should be the last of the devices. Kid?
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
Yeah. Egg you found wasn't beeping, was it?
Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Kid. Come on.
I hope I'm as cool as Solomon Coe when I grow up.
Are you really so clueless?
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
Says the guy wearing a helmet. Yeah? Just checking. Yeah, does that kid really not recognize that the beeping device he found is not an egg? And yes, if I was walking around in third person all the time, I'd probably feel a little silly being dressed up in a full spacesuit. But I usually play first person, so it's not an issue. Oh, you were floating for a moment. Citizen, so were you.
Just look at it. It took years to get it looking just like this.
Whatever you say.
I know you think this is a joke of a job. But keeping the grounds immaculate, you can take pride in it.
You probably should be holding some sort of tool.
These greens are the heart of the commercial district.
So much odd, janky stuff. But it's a Bethesda game, where the story is usually good enough to make up for anything odd or janky. United Colonies Distribution.
Bulk items may require multiple levels of approval and can take up to several weeks for an official response. We apologize for any delay. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon.
Wow. Sounds like everything is breaking down here. You bought an egg from a kid recently. I need it.
Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why? What is it?
Sensitive scientific equipment. So here's the dangerous thing. If I say it's sensitive scientific equipment, very important, it's possible that she would be like, oh no, I'm so sorry, here. Or more likely, well, we bought it fair and square, so because it's sensitive scientific equipment, that'll now cost you 1,000 credits or something. Which I assume is the reason there's some junk I dropped the other day. Because if I say that, then maybe she won't charge as much, assuming that's how it goes. But we'll go with the top one.
Really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we?
100 credits. Can't you just give it to me?
I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about.
Convenience fee to walk in the back and grab it. Awesome. Fine.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Sure. What is it you do here?
You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colonies. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and 4 other things we need to be ready for. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care. Back to it, then.
So everything's breaking down. Your complaint server is breaking down, blah blah blah, because you care. I mean, you might care, but higher ups at your company clearly do not. Alright, I got your sensor back, and we are...
Nice ship coming. Nice ride.
Thanks. How do you know it's mine? Like, there's a lot of people here. Luckily, we're in the right district, so we can just hand it off.
Bobby mentioned he met you. He's had quite the adventure.
And as usual, children look weird in Bethesda games. Embassy district. Okay. Just gonna sprint. Well, you got here, pseudonym, after my computer crashed, so luckily it didn't push back too far from where it'd been, so I didn't lose much time. I was still in the same room talking to the same people, so no big deal.
But I really do need those sensors, and quickly. If it isn't my favorite almost a lab assistant. What can I do for you?
Almost lab assistant, sure. What exactly are you worried about here?
Recent scans of the tree have suggested that a significant portion of the interior is liquefied. Obviously, some small percentage of its internal workings is always liquid to allow for the transfer of nutrients and so forth, but this, well, I've never seen anything like it. If it continues to increase, I'm concerned the entire tree may collapse, and I'm also worried about other secondary effects.
Yeah, the tree is liquefied. That sounds problematic, because the center of trees is not typically a liquid. At the end of the day, it's just a tree. He would hate that for sure. What do you mean secondary effects?
It's too soon to speculate. I'd very much like to see the additional data before I say more.
You'll get to the bottom of this.
I appreciate your confidence. The sooner I have all the available data, the sooner I can make an assessment.
I got your sensors right here.
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right. We'll just upload the data. Give it a moment.
One of them might have weird info since it was carried around by a kid and then sold.
Just another moment. It is working, isn't it? There it is. Relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my.
Yes?
It's a good thing you brought the biosensors to me when you did.
Hello?
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once.
And... that doesn't sound like good news. No, it doesn't.
Well, from a certain point of view. In an admittedly somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
2,000. Wow. Yeah, I paid 100, got 2,000. Not bad. As it is, we gained another skill point. So... I need to spend 2 more in science to unlock advanced science skills. More grab jump range could be good. Get more common and uncommon resources. Piloting, target control systems, ballistics weapon systems. I mean, I probably should put something into combat. I haven't yet tried persuasion, so I don't know how big of a deal that is. Scavenging could be cool, but I don't think credits is going to be a huge deal because it rarely is. Dorinda, this sounds very unlikely. Are you talking about the tree creating sound waves and turning liquid? Or what are you specifying? See, I like the idea of having more carrying capacity, but 10 kilograms is just not a lot. So I've already got laser weaponry unlocked, but I don't have a laser weapon, which is sort of awkward. I'm gonna go here. Make it so I can jump farther. Not a huge deal. Or get more... Yeah, we'll go with that. Be able to get more resources for when we get into the crafting systems. Oh, can I
takes these findings seriously.
Check with you? There was a quest.
These findings are alarming.
Yes, so you've said.
Thank you for your help retrieving the biosensors.
Apparently not. So we got to come back and talk to you later. All right. We have our Terra Brew Cappuccino. So let's deliver it. I think that's in the spaceport area. And then we can finally head out. Yeah. But you have to remember that this is alien plant life. So I guess it's possible that it would randomly turn liquidy, whoa, and put sound waves that could harm people or something.
So excited to see Tony after work. I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I got the Terracino you wanted.
Oh, thank you so much. Soon I'll be coursing with bountiful energy. I'll be the most enthusiastic janitor in New Atlantis. Here, take this. I found it while I was cleaning. I figured you might find a use for it. Thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Medpack.
Take care of
Sure.
yourself.
Wow, you guys are
I want to learn how
awkward.
to play an instrument, but I don't know if I have the time.
I'm just gonna move on. Okay, back to the actual mission. We can deal with any more of these random side quests later. Let's head to Mars. Maybe the closer we get to Earth, the less alien things will seem. I don't know.
Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Don't know.
Have you ever met anyone like that? Just wouldn't listen. Are you kidding?
That fall looks like it would hurt. Perfect. land on random luggage and we're fine.
A diplomatic visa? You got to be kidding me. Envoys haven't needed diplomatic visas since the Colony War.
The law's the law, sir. And that one's still on the books. New Atlantis Security Charter 2308 Addendum, Article 2, Section 8.
Ludicrous. You made all that up. There is no such addendum. The war ended almost 20 years ago. I am Representative Evans Chisholm of the Freestar Collective. I've been coming here for months trying to ensure continued peace.
I don't make up the laws, Representative. I just enforce them. You have a good day now. Someplace else. Have a good one.
Ouch.
What? Can't you see I'm dealing with something?
Are you alright? Didn't mean to disturb you.
I apologize for snapping. No, I'm definitely not alright. I've got work to do at the embassy. And our overly diligent security officer over there won't let me enter the city. Claims I need a diplomatic visa, which I have never needed before in all the time I've visited New Atlantis.
You know anyone that can help? I can talk to them.
Oh, really? And here I am biting your head off. Apologies. I'm just, well, rather flustered. Look, if you have time, could you please go to the Freestar Collective Embassy and speak to a diplomat? They'll know what to do.
Yeah. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. I'll wait here until the embassy sends the cavalry. Not like I have much choice.
Nice night, huh?
Sounds like a cool mission. Is that another just side? Yes. Another side activity. I know I said we'd be taking off in the ship, but this one actually sounds interesting because it's about the various political factions and their disagreements.
The United Colonies sure isn't taking any chances.
Enjoy your visit.
So the Freestar Collective is a different group than the United Colonies. And I don't know how their various political organizations work, what their beliefs are, etc. And that's one thing I would like to know more about. Commercial district. We'll get to Mars eventually. It's just so easy to get distracted. I mean, that's welcome to Bethesda games, right?
They were gonna give our son a different family. We made it back just in time.
Oh, these are the kids. So, yeah, when we first landed, you had this Bobby kid who was talking to some representative, and they're like, we'll give you out to adoption to a new family. And he's like, my parents are coming on the next ship. And they're like, sure they are, but we're probably going to still hand you out to adoption because everyone there died. And he's like, no, my parents are on the next ship. So now it's funny to see him here with his parents. It's a nice touch. But yes, random side quests are definitely cooler than going to Mars. Oh, back to the grind. Apply for a job at a Ryusian industry kiosk.
House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Sure. Also be nice if after you said something random like that, I could talk to you to get more information. Who was House Varun? Sadly, that's not a thing.
Yes, exactly. It's like when someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. Do you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it. And deliver it not back upon him.
Empathy. You mean empathy? But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever? Seems kind of pointless to try so hard for something that won't last. Nothing ever really changes.
It's not easy, no, but necessary. Because you see, everything has changed. God has given us the intelligence, the ingenuity to reach into the stars, to travel his path, to truly find him. But we can't do it alone. The only way is through unity. Huh. Yes, Andreas. Yes. Unity. Well, I'm sure you all have other things to do. Thank you for taking the time to stop, talk with me.
Is this some sort of religious building? Sanctum Universum. That sounds like it, yeah.
I just happened to bump into a few friends seeking some spiritual guidance. I hope we weren't in the way or a distraction.
No. What's your deal?
I may not always have the perfect advice for people, but I try to just be here for them. I think that's what they really need more than anything else. Were you seeking worldly wisdom or just a friendly ear?
For reasons that make no sense because I've been living in this universe my whole life, I don't know anything about your religion. So... not seeking anything.
Are you sure about that? I think we're all looking for something, even if we're not aware of it. I could be wrong, of course, wouldn't be the first time, but if you find you're desiring something more, perhaps the church can be of service. You might give something of our writings a read. See what you think. I'd recommend starting with Among the Graph Jumps. I'm sure there's a copy lying about somewhere. And if you'd like, we could have a little chat afterwards. I'll certainly be here for it, or any other reason you might need me. Understandable. The things I've forgotten over time. Well, you could fill more than a few books. As I said, I'm sure there's a copy somewhere. Might jog your memory. And it would give us an opportunity to discuss the ideas, which I would thoroughly enjoy. If you do read it, you know where to find me.
I'll keep an eye out. Meanwhile, I have an embassy to talk to about someone who's being kept outside, probably unjustly.
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
Yeah.
Only those with an appointment are allowed inside the embassy. Welcome to the Free Star Embassy. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah. Representative Chisholm is being held at the spaceport by UC Security.
Typical UC Security. They try to bully us every chance they get and still manage to play the victim. I'll get this squared away with the folks down at the spaceport. Thanks for letting us know.
You are welcome. Whenever I see people just awkwardly standing around, I wonder if they have quests that I should talk to them. But then I look around and see there are lots of people awkwardly standing around, and I don't want to talk to all of them. So, yeah, we'll just make our way back to the ship, potentially.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course.
Lots. Potentially report back to the ambassador. let him know that should be squared away, and then we get on our ship.
I know your type. The freewheel and space ace. Must be nice.
Yep. It's me, Space Ace. What mission do I have selected at the moment? Yes. Kind of. I'd like to still talk to the ambassador if he's there, but if not, then yes, that's the mission I'm on. And it's also interesting to me that each time we've gone towards our spaceship, there's been different people waiting there with different quests. So things are constantly changing. So there's reasons to go back to places in case you see something new, I guess. This time we will go down the ramp rather than jumping off that ledge. Nope, he's vanished. Oh, running out of air. That's fun. Sprinting for too long. Alright, let's head on ship.
Alright, let's get this crate into space.
I've got digipicks just sitting here. Mine now. Spent so long last stream looking for digipicks, and there's just one sitting out on the ship. Of course there is. Okay, so there's nowhere else to check on the ship. I wasn't sure if there were side rooms or anything. But no, it's just very straightforward. Alright, anything you want to say before we fly off?
Long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Okay.
Nope, let's just head out. I guess I will be flying. She's the head of Constellation, so I'm not really sure why she's not. I guess take off. Yeah, I'm not sure why she's not flying. But yeah, let's head to the Sol system and to Mars. There are lots of random ships. Alright, what was the method for choosing where we're going? There we go. Sol. Can I zoom in on Sol and choose a target? No, that's not what I was wanting at all. Well, let's just jump. Problem.
And we're done. Enjoy Sidonia.
So, if I wanted to go elsewhere to, like, I don't know, Earth? Wow, Earth. You're not doing so good, Earth. Earth is usually a bit bluer and greener than that. It's a rock-type planet. Cold temperature. Thin CO2 atmosphere. No magnetosphere, no fauna, no flora. Water is safe, though. What did you guys do to Earth? I mean, the fact that Mars is habitable and has industries and whatnot, but apparently we've managed to kill Earth. Alright, let's go to Sidonia. Okay. Could just leave the ship directly. Oh, you've moved to sitting down, eating a sandwich.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. Bye-bye.
All right, let's head out. Sidonia. Don't understand the XP in the middle of the screen. Oh, you're in a spacesuit. There are probably safe ways down. Here we go. I'm surprised there are no people here to greet us. Hello? Don't get on my ship, weird slug parasite thing. Hey, it's a person.
Heat leeches in the engine, leeches on the hull, multiple leeches in the grav drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So, what's this going to run?
Is there no other surprises? Mid-5 figures.
5 figures? 5? Fine. Do it. I'll be at the bar. Find me when it's done.
We're on it, sir.
Building Sidonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
Yeah, but building an entire city underground is difficult.
Sidonia can have a depressing effect on some people. Make sure to get yourself help before it becomes a problem.
Does it become a problem often enough that you need to mention that?
We run a tight ship here on Sidonia. Anyone who steps out of line, well, they learn never to do it again.
Okay.
Sorry. What do you mean there's no work?
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty red rock? We were told there were jobs.
Look, I get it. But we just filled our last openings. I think we have a couple contracts ending at the end of next month. It's possible they may not extend them.
This is bullshit. I got a wife and kids at home. We can't wait almost 2 months for a job that may not even exist then.
Hey, I get it. There's nothing I can do. It's out of my hands. You can take it up with corporate if you want. Sorry, but I have to get back to work.
Come on, forget it. Let's get out of here.
Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go.
Just because the governor's office is right out there on the main level, doesn't mean it's not secure.
So they flew all the way here, spending a fortune without having a guaranteed job waiting? That's a bad choice.
Look at this place.
I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
I think our target is going to be upstairs. This all seems to be heading downstairs. We'll go this way first.
Go to Mars. The pay is great. Seems like crippling depression.
Mars is ripe with resources, which means there's always gonna be plenty of work.
Good.